Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining me here at Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy. So, you guys forgive me here for the setup. It's not official once again. And I have a couple of things going on at one time. So, several recordings, devices, and things of that nature. So, bear with me. Um, but I felt just inspired to share this reading because this was a reading I did for myself earlier. I'm going to actually add the other element here soon, um, just to get some confirmation and support for what came out with Kuan Yin. So let me take out the um, earphones just in case. Not sure. Sometimes I wonder if these headphones are, recording and allowing you all to hear. So I always just like to double check that. Give me 1 second. Yep. Okay. So today I did an oracle reading using my Kuan Yin Oracle Goddess deck. Just felt guided just to get an update on my energy and just kind of what's going on overall. And I feel like this is going to resonate with some of you as well. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about what came out. And I find this fascinating. So in Kuan Yin's deck, we have here the Armalasut Lute and the Veil of Shadows. And what I found unique about both cards is the one that came out first was card number 34. The shadow card was 43. And, I just thought that that was very unique. Okay, I want to let you guys see it over here on this side, over here with Instagram, and then with Facebook, let you guys see it as well. And I want to talk about and share the guidance that came with the cards, okay? Um, because it has a prayer, affirmation at the end of both. And so I want to talk about that a little bit about what's happening. So many of you, as you guys can see in the long extended title, you are powerfully integrating your light and shadow aspects, powerfully transitioning through the energy and um, balancing your energy, raising your vibration, and major manifestors. And I made a little joke because I'm like, manifestors, maybe not a word, but you guys are in that flow, whether you're fully aware of it or not. Okay. So hopefully that's somewhat encouraging to some of you. You guys are doing the work, if you will, the energetic work. And because of that, there's a lot of shiftings going on. So I'm going to go ahead and read what it says here for card number 34. The Amaryllis Lute, you have won. Listen, you've won a victory, beloved. A victory over the past. And the Amaryllis Lute is sounding through every cell of your being, heralding your every cell of your being, heralding your vibration. As you leave fear behind, you once again, I'm sorry, I need glasses, you guys. Whew, okay, so heralding your rising vibration as you leave fear behind once again. So, in fact, the lute says you are growing fast and spiritually, you are outgrowing your old life even more so. So, when your vibration changes, so too does your life, beloved. This is natural. It is safe and loving for you to release that which no longer feels right for you, no matter how much it was important in your old life. It might not have the same place in your new life. Okay. And so I'm not going to read it all, but that's just a confirmation that many of you are growing at rapid speed. You've conquered, mastered some things, okay? And it's saying that, it's okay to release as all this ascension is happening, to go ahead and release things that are no longer serving you. And so I'm going to jump down here and it says, be brave. as you trust that you are allowed. Indeed, you are spiritually encouraged to allow your vibration to continue rising, even though that sometimes means leaving people, places, situations, and things behind. Some people and situations will grow with you and at an equal pace. Others will meet you in the next upward spiral of your unfoldment consciousness and life path, and still others will weigh you down, and you will need to let them go so that they may live their own destiny according to their own choices and their own timing. The more you allow yourself to raise your vibration, to shine victoriously in your journey from fear to peace, the more you will be able to benefit from the quick unfoldment of your higher destiny in your life. The Amaryllis lute calls you upwards into your own soul vibration. This healing instrument of the Divine Mother Goddess, Kuan Yin, sounds within your cells, helping you continue to raise your vibration into peace. You will feel the effect of the Amaryllis lute when you feel that you want to be more discerning about what you are consuming and how it might affect how it might affect you positively or negatively. This might be food, it might be relationships, energies, visual or reading material and music, environments, emotional tendencies in certain friendships or work environments. This doesn't require stringent or fanatical approaches, but the lute opens you up to greater awareness of how you best work to raise your own vibration. You don't have to make dramatic changes to have dramatic effects. Even a small change in not gossiping and choosing not to engage in non constructive arguments can make a world of difference. Choosing to smile more, to be gentler and kinder to yourself and others, to not be a doormat, and to be firm and loving about meeting your own needs are ways to raise your vibration too. Chanting meditation and dance can help too. Let the Amaryllis lute sound and guide you to the most beautiful and enjoyable ways for your vibration to rise. Remember that what works for one for another may not work for you, so it is an experiment and a fun one at that. Okay, and it says here, let's do the healing part. Okay, so I invite you, when you get a moment, find a private space in nature or in your home where you can walk around in this spiral, starting at the center and then moving outwards as you go. If you cannot do this exercise physically, just go ahead and imagine it in your mind's eye. And then start in the center and say, I now choose to release that which no longer serves my vibration in a loving, benevolent way in accordance with my higher heart, that which has held me back in fear, poverty consciousness, in illness or depletion or codependency. I release it and I set myself free to be more of me in love, peace, and power. So be it. As you finish with that process in your mind's eye or literally, as you're doing it, first and foremost, imagine you're feeling lighter and lighter with each movement. And then at the end, say, I honor this commitment. I honor this commitment to myself. I will allow raising my vibration to be a priority. I give myself full permission to do this now in loving service to my soul and the planet. So be it. And then here's your prayer to the Amaryllis Lute, which is within you. Your beauty triumphs. Your sound so pure causes my heart to soar. My vibration rises and my cells are flooded with divine light. I know myself as love. Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, so very beautiful. I'm going to go to the next card. I highly recommend looking into angels numbers 34 and 43 because I don't believe in coincidences and I found that very unique. Okay, that is an integration of light and shadow and how the numbers are transposed in this case. So some of you may find some messages in that. Now let's go to the Veil of Shadows, card number 43. The Veil of Shadows. All right, the Veil of Shadows. A lotus blossoms with deep, rich mud into which she plunges her roots and draws great nourishment. From this mud made of water and earth, growth happens and great beauty is revealed. Your soul lotus thrives through depth of emotion and aliveness of your body into which she can plant herself and unfold as a lotus of light. Your soul lotus is blossoming now, just like a plant that outgrows the pot in which it has been planted and requires more soil to spread its roots and continue growing. Your soul lotus needs some more mud, some more water, and earth energy so that it can grow and shine. In the spiritual world, all things serve, everything, including our darker emotions and parts of our body that we may not think are acceptable. They are actually good nourishment for our soul. The soul craves to love and be in love with all parts of you. Like a passionate divine lover, it wants to hold nothing back and become completely spiritually intimate with all aspects and all parts of you, whether you have thought they were lovable or not. This can feel challenging because it can feel extremely uncomfortable to visit and consciously engage with those aspects of our personality and our bodies that we have yet to really love and accept. Yet, this is what you are being guided to embrace now. This process might be started by taking a class or engaging in a physical practice that honors the shadow part of you. If you have considered yourself an introverted person, it might be to begin to honor the counter side of this, the part that needs community and people in order to thrive. If you consider yourself a quiet person, you might need to explore how you can find joy through sound, music, and energy, for an example. If you consider yourself a passionate person, you can benefit from finding the part of you that is peaceful and content in the moment with things exactly as they are right now. This interplay isn't about saying that who you are now is not enough. It is about acknowledging that you are that thing you believe you are not and finding a way to live it fully, to live it with consciousness and love. It is about delving into the parts of you that have been hidden in a veil of shadows and are now becoming ready to be revealed and live as part of the beautiful and whole being that you are in truth. In particular, this oracle is asking you to look at where you can nourish your emotional and physical life with more focus, perhaps through art, creativity, journaling, your dreams, creating collages, or engaging in dance or other forms of movement. Your spirit needs it to thrive at this time. Now, let's do the healing through the veil of shadows. When you get a chance, sit with your journal and write down 5 things that you admire in another, but do not believe that you are or have within you. And then do the same with 5 things that you dislike in another, but cannot recognize it in yourself. Hmm. Say, through the grace of the archetype goddess Kuan Yin, and with the healing purpose of nourishing myself into greater soul light now, show me how I can claim these lost parts of self and live them with consciousness and love. And then take a moment to imagine how the beautiful light parts that you don't see in yourself could be given an opportunity to begin to grow. An example might be that if you love the skills that you see in another, you could commit to trying out some classes to see where your own hidden talents lie. Take a moment to imagine how the dark parts of you that you see and dislike in others could be recognized and forgiven in yourself and possibly turned into more conscious expressions. As an example, be that rage could be turned into healthy anger that sets loving, firm boundaries. Acknowledge your courage in doing this work and take a moment to give thanks for your own efforts and the divine grace that will assist on the journey to greater self embodiment. And then here's our prayer for assistance through the veil of shadows. I pray to the divine Kuan Yin within me, the divine mother archetype within me. Beloved spiritual mother, please help me be fearless in the veil of shadows, realizing that I am just growing in self awareness, and whatever has grown ugly through lack of love will gleam like a polished jewel through my attention and willingness to love and accept, my God, all parts of me and my divinely inspired creativity in integrating this part of me into my life with more consciousness. Om Mani Padme Hum. May all parts of me be integrated, honored, and blessed. Om Mani Padme Hum. Very beautiful. I was trying to hold back my tears, you guys, because I could just feel the energy and sense what's happening with that. So what I want to do now is get a confirmation from my money and the law of attraction cards that was created by one of my favorites that I admire and support, Abraham Hicks. It was by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull a law of attraction card for each one and see what happens. All right, on you guys' behalf. All right, so I'm going to actually do this on camera just to give you something to maybe shift into to help with that divine alignment with the laws of the universe in a smoother way as it relates to the reading with Kuan Yin. All right. Let's see here. A second. Hope you guys are really just taking it easy on yourself, being more kind, more gentle, more accepting, and just focusing on I know it sounds foo-foo, but you're going to see why I'm saying this at some point. Feel good thoughts and feel good emotion. Not in the name of delusion, but in the name of realizing that our thoughts always are creating emotion, and in our emotion a vibration, and such as is what manifests into our reality. This is why I'm finding it very, very interesting. I practiced some of Abraham Hicks techniques today, and it's amazing what I saw happen. Um, I'm not saying I'm a master. I'm just simply saying that, I'm starting to get it more and more and more. And I'm going to share that with you all as it, resonates. All right. So, can I get a confirmation or support to the Amaryllis Loot for the collective from Money and the Law of Attraction? Can I get an affirmation? I'm sorry, a confirmation. One, please. Just one card to either confirm or support the Amaryllis Loot for the collective in this reading. There it goes. Got one. And then I'm going to pull the other one before I start interpreting. All right. For the Veil of Shadows, could we get one card to confirm or support the Veil of Shadows for the collective? Can we get one card, please? There. Okay. Geesh. All right. So I'm going to show you Instagram so you guys can see the cards. And then I'll show you YouTube as well. Okay. So for the Amaryllis Loot, we have card number 5. My every story is attracting its vibrational match. Wait, did I put that on the right? Nope, that was in the wrong way. I'm sorry. That's the other way. I apologize. Take that back. The one that came out for the Amaryllis Loot was card number 57. It said, I can create both money and the time to enjoy it. Card number 57. 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Okay. I can create both money and the time to create it. And then on the back, it has here, many of you tell us, this is Abraham Hicks, that you are so busy making your money that you do not have time to enjoy it. For when you rely on your action to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creation. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but deliberately direct this power tool in the direction of things that you desire, then you will discover that the action part of your life is the way you enjoy what you have created through your thought. So, as it relates to this reading, I know it said I can create both money and time to enjoy it. Many of you are realizing that through this transition, this victory, this shifting, that your thoughts, that you actually can choose the thoughts that you want to have deliberately regarding your experiences, and what you're beginning to see or will begin to see is that the more you practice this, the more the external is actually going to start to shift, even if it's not quite what you think, but that feel good emotion, those deliberate thoughts are creating signals in the universe, and the universal law has to match what's being given out. So you'll start to see that even though things may change as the Amaryllis Loot discussed, it feels different, it looks different. There's no force, there's no strain and agitation to the max, because you decided to shift the focus and shift the thought. Let me give an example. So let's say there is a situation or scenario in your life and you really ain't feeling it. Let's say you ain't feeling it. You just ain't liking what's happening, okay? You ain't liking how folks acting. You ain't liking it, all right? But let's say I heard this on one of Abraham Hicks' videos, but let's say that in that moment, especially if you're feeling good already, as that happened, let's say you took a moment of neutrality where you're okay, and you just simply decided when the thought hit about that situation or when that situation presents, that you stop and you take a moment and in your thoughts, not forcefully, you just simply say, I'm choosing to look at this situation and this person in this way for now until I'm ready to shift. Or I am choosing to look at this situation in person, the positive aspects of it, until I'm ready to release it all together. It's going to create a feeling, emotion, a response. And so that focus, that thought is still sending out a signal. And I wanted to give that as an example so it can make sense of how is this really unfolding. And it can be in something small or huge. The annoyances that we have, the irritations we all face on almost a day to day, we can choose and start practicing it and more. Okay. So that's beautiful. And then for some of you, absolutely both money and time. So many of you are starting to realize that uh, you really can do both by choice, by thought, um, focusing on that first. And then that feel good starts giving you divine inspiration, as Abraham Hicks was saying in this card. All right. So the next card that supported the veil of shadows was card number 5. So it says here, it makes perfect sense. It says, my every story is attracting its vibrational match. My every story is attracting its vibrational match. Okay. So Abraham Hicks says, every thought that you think is vibrating at a very personal frequency, and by the powerful law of attraction, the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. That thought is now attracting another thought that is its vibrational match. And now those combined thoughts are vibrating at a frequency that is higher than the thought that came before. And they will now, by the law of attraction, attract another and another and another until eventually the thoughts will be powerful enough to attract a real life situation or manifestation. Wow, my every story is attracting its vibrational match. And so, as with the veil of shadows was speaking about loving those aspects of self, being kind to the self, accepting the self, integrating the self, shifting the thoughts regarding it for the self and others, it is shifting the thought forms, the frequency, your emotional feeling, thus what's being sent out to the universe, thus the law of attraction. And in this case, it's building the momentum, it's creating and attracting a vibrational match. So instead of it staying in the density version, as we do the loving of self, the acceptance of the variance of us, now it's starting to attract more loving things, more tolerance, more compassion, more allowance, if you will, in a high vibrational sense. So every thought, she said, you think is vibrating at a very personal frequency by the powerful law of attraction. The essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. This is why the veil of shadow integrative work is so powerful, because the things that either we don't like about ourselves or others, we're starting to forgive and heal and mend. The beautiful things that we like and admire about others, we're starting to see and recognize how we have a similar beauty or a similar attribute which is in essence changing the thought forms, it's changing the energy, it's changing the feelings and the emotions that you have. So that is very, 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 very beautiful, you guys. And I hope that this reading resonates for you. I hope that you get something out of it of good, that it provokes feel good thoughts, feel good emotions, that you're able to just be more in allowance and releasing all the heavy energy maybe that you have felt that there was really no way out. And, most of us have been so used to feeling bad. And I'm just going to be honest and be candid. When you have been in momentum, as Abraham Hicks would say, conditioned, trained, have built such a momentum and belief systems and all this stuff of just, the feeling bad, the traumas, that dense energy. It's amazing. It's almost like we don't feel used to when it ain't. When we start releasing that. And I experienced something similar to that today where I started out the day a certain way and I kept staying in this flow. I kept choosing certain thoughts and just allowing the release. And I was I was observing what I felt in my body. And I was observing what I felt around me. And then I was observing the external, how it all was shifting and how I was like, gosh, I feel calm. Gosh, I feel okay. It wasn't that, everything was perfect. To be honest, I did encounter some things I created, but because of the shift, I was able to like quickly and easily just stay in a vein. And again, I'm not implying that I've mastered it. What I am implying is that I am mastering and that I'm learning more and more and that this stuff is real. And I wanted to merge that and integrate that what I do with tarot and oracle readings. That it's high vibe and not high vibe in an unrealistic foofy sense. High vibe in a sense that our thoughts and emotions, our emotions, as Abraham Hicks says, is an indicator of us, of what's going on with us internally and us not being in alignment with the divinity of who we are in a given moment. So they're indicators. They're to be honored and accepted and paid attention to. But we can all shift all of that if we focus on the thoughts that we're allowing ourselves to continue to think. Not in a straining way, because that's only going to create a fight within yourself, but gently and consistently. And then watching how just those deliberate small things are shifting how we feel. And if it's shifting how we feel, it's shifting our vibration. And if it's shifting our vibration, then it's going to shift the manifested reality. Okay? Hope that makes sense. I send you guys so much peace, love, light, comfort, and feel good. May you feel good. I will be coming on at some point, if not tonight, tomorrow. I will be doing a light language specifically for this reading, specifically for this integration, this feel good, this thought forms, and just asking the galactics and the ascendant masters and whomever want to come in for the channel to assist with tones and frequencies and songs and whatever that could help us to more easily, smoothly, and effortlessly, consciously at the same time choose thought forms and get this momentum built up to feel good and making that a priority day to day, moment by moment. I'm sending you guys love and light. Everything is energy. Balance is key. Namaste.